Hey everyone, today I want to talk to you about raising your frequency. My name is Lynn Schrader and I help women find their mojo and take that mojo and actually make a living by doing that. So I talk to my clients a lot about raising their frequency so that what they put out to the world will be even better than what they can imagine. But that applies to you and I too. We all need to raise our frequency, and here, let me explain what that means. So if you and I are not careful, we are going to turn our days into running this race and making a mad dash to the finish line of every day. And before we know it, we fall into bed exhausted, only to wake up the next day and do it all over again. And it's time for us to raise our frequency. And that means to not let our day, to not allow our day to slip by without experiencing it fully. Raising your frequency simply means that you raise up your energy level for your benefit, and that in turn actually benefits so many. Here are some ways that you and I can raise our frequency, and they're very, very practical ways. The first one is to become conscious of our thoughts. Again, if we're not conscious, we're going to run through our day like a rat race and go in bed and just be exhausted. But when we're conscious of our thoughts, that means when there's a positive thought, to acknowledge it. What is that positive thought? And sit with it and be grateful for it. Savor it. If it's a negative thought, sit with it. You don't have to savor it, but sit with it, acknowledge it, and then turn it into a positive, because there is a positive within every negative thing. There really is. The fact that you are watching this with breath in your lungs is a positive. So find something positive within that negative. Become conscious of your thoughts. That's part of raising your frequency. Another way to raise your frequency is to just find something beautiful. Find something beautiful, and there is beauty all around us. I don't care if you live in the inner city or if you live somewhere out, there is beauty all around us. And take time to see it and then be grateful for it. Another way to raise your frequency is to be conscious of the food you eat. Now, this is something I'm trying really hard to do myself, to be conscious of the food we eat. That means to pay attention how some food makes us feel. Some makes us feel bad, or some makes us feel good. And question, why does that make me feel bad? Why does that make me feel good? And then also to determine to chew slowly, to almost time yourself, that you do not walk away from your meal before 15 minutes is up. That means to chew slowly, to taste your food, and frankly, to be conscious of your food also means to read the ingredients before you purchase something. So be conscious of the food you eat, and that will raise your frequency so that what you put out to the world will be a huge benefit for you and for others. Drink water. Yesterday I posted something on social media. I bought this big old thing of water, and I'm challenging myself to drink the entire thing every day. Water will flush out the toxicity in your body, and frankly, your skin will thank you for it, because water will hydrate your skin as well. Here's another one that is super important, and it is meditation. To meditate. I used to think that was a woo-woo word, meditation, but it's not. Meditate means to sit quietly, to close your eyes and to breathe in and to be aware of the sounds around you, to be aware of what you're sitting on, what it feels like, to listen to your breath going in and out. And so many times we rush through our day and our brain is absolutely scattered. And that brings on anxiety, it brings on stress. But when we meditate, that helps calm us down and releases some of those things, and it puts us in a peaceful state of mind. So if you want to raise your frequency, determine to meditate. Another thing that you can do is to be grateful. Now, this is such a no-brainer, but sometimes we forget to be grateful. And that just means to stop complaining. Stop complaining. There is more in this world to be grateful for than there is to not. And before you go to bed, you can do something really, really simple. You can either grab a pen and paper and write down 2 or 3, 5 things that you're grateful for, or what I tend to do is to, when I'm laying my head on my pillow, I just sort of run through some things that I'm really grateful for. So be grateful. That will increase your frequency so that what you put out to the world will benefit you and benefit the world. Practice random acts of kindness without any desire to receive something back. Giving to someone else shifts in your brain that woe is me, I don't have enough, no one likes me, to I have more than enough and I want to give it to other people. So practice acts of kindness. Here's a simple practical one, but it's just get your blood pumping. Get your blood pumping, move. Stand up, walk, take a walk down the street, park across the parking lot and walk further, take the stairs, jog, whatever that means, but get your blood pumping, move your body, and that will increase your frequency. Have fun. Another example would be to just have fun. Certainly connect with your inner child again. I mean, what happened? Sometimes I have to think, oh my gosh, what happened to that little Lynn? She is long gone and I need to bring her back. So bring out your inner child again and let go of judgment. Let go of the fear of what other people will think and do what you love. Be a kid again. Doodle on a piece of paper. I remember I used to doodle on a piece of paper. Mine were usually hearts and things like that. Get sidewalk chalk out again. Climb a tree. Don't fall down. Skip. Ride a bike. Do something to connect with your inner child again. So many times we take life way too serious and then it speeds by. So increase your frequency, raise your frequency by connecting with your inner child again. And then the last one, and I saved this one for the last because I think it's the most important, and that is to love yourself. Be your own best friend. I know that's an overused term, but you've got to love yourself and you've got to treat yourself well, and you have to respect your boundaries and your values. And when you begin to love and accept yourself completely, then you're going to turn around and do that to other people around you as well. Usually you've heard this too, hurting people hurt people. Same thing. If we're hurting on the inside because we don't love ourselves, we're going to hurt other people. So when we begin to love ourselves, be our own best friend, we raise our frequency and we can benefit ourselves and others. And I love this African proverb, and it says, when there is no enemy within, then the enemy on the outside can do no harm. So if you don't have an enemy on the inside, that enemy on the outside can do no harm. So here is something that I was recently challenged to do, and I want to share this because I love paying it forward anyway. But what you can do is you can have what I've been challenged to do is this 15 minutes of freedom. 15 minutes of freedom, and I don't care if you work 80 hours a week, you still have 15 minutes of freedom that you can do every day. And here's what it is. It's to break your day up into 15 minutes of freedom. That's doing something to raise your frequency. And it can look like this. It can be a 2-minute walk down your street without your phone. And by the way, none of these things are with your phone. You leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it on your desk. But take a 2-minute walk down the street, and then maybe later read 10 minutes in a book that you love, and then maybe you take 3 minutes of meditation. That adds up to 15 minutes. And that will raise your frequency, and it will raise your awareness of the world around you. And you will be super, super glad that you did that. And honestly, the world will be glad that you did that too, because it all goes out. What comes in goes out to other people. So man, I hope you got some value out of this. Listen, if you want to join 2 Facebook groups that I have, one is called the Confident Woman Club, and it's just that. It's a club for women who want to be confident, or they want to share their confidence with others. And I'm going to drop that link in the comments below. And then another one that I have is for women business leaders, coaches, entrepreneurs who really have some mojo going on, but they just need some tips and tricks to get it going so that they can turn that thing into a profitable business. I'm going to drop that link in the comments below as well, and I'd love to hear, what did you think of this video? You got some comments? How do you raise your frequency? That would be a good question. Tell me some things that you do to get in touch with the world so that you're not watching your day speed by and then it's gone. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.